Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking about why Marinette and Adrian should never get together. For starters, I'll talk about why Marinette is a creepy person, a bad friend, a stalker, and overall just doesn't deserve the role she's given. She's viewed as perfect, as cute and clumsy, but sure, she's cute and clumsy, but she ain't perfect. In fact, we have evidence of her being a stalker towards Adrian. She has photos of him from probably every magazine he's ever been in, at least one photo from each. She has all of her backgrounds as him, and the fact he doesn't think anything of this is extraordinarily sad. In the episode Copycat, we get evidence of her being a stalker. After talking to Lila and accidentally leaving an embarrassing voicemail, she pulls down a chart of everything he does every day, all day, which the only way she would have gotten this is through stalking. Whether it's in person, over the phone, or sending somebody else to do it, it's still stalking. And not good. Not a good look, Marinette. And the fact Alia doesn't really think much of it either is showing her that that's okay. It's not. And then, I can't remember the episode's name, but there's an episode where Julika is modeling for Marinette, and she starts to doubt herself. Instead of anybody telling her that she can do it, and that she'll be a great model, Marinette steps in and tells her that she won't. That Julika, if she's feeling so nervous, should just step down, and Marinette should do it in her place? No! This is probably Julika's dream, is to be a model, and you're telling her she can't do it. No. And more often than not, she's stealing things from others too. She steals both Adrian and Alia's phones. Actually, that's the only thing I've really seen her steal, actually. Whatever. Oh, and she's not really a good ladybug either. She often abuses her powers as Ladybug to get something she wants or just to get somewhere really fast. She's abusing her powers in, that way. Like the episode where she's trying to get back Alia's recording. She not only abuses her powers to try to create the video, but she also abuses her power as a gift for Alia to keep Alia from being mad at her. And it works. That's toxic and manipulative. Still not a good look. So far, Marinette, we have as pros, she's kind, sometimes, loyal, she's kind sometimes, loyal, caring, I guess protective. Cons, she's manipulative, toxic, a stalker. There's another thing. Oh, she abuses her power. And if you think about it, she kind of takes for granted how much people care about her too. She gets away with so much all the time, and she never really apologizes for anything she really does wrong. She does sometimes, but like with Adrian's chart, she doesn't apologize. Or the way she acts sometimes. Sorry, I'm really cold right now. But yeah, so far it's not really looking good. And she's also very judgy and quick to conclusions. Like with Adrian in the first, in the heritage episode where like we get to see how they became the miraculous holders, we see that she at first didn't trust Adrian. Why? Because she jumped to conclusions thinking that he was the one who put gum on her seat, just because he was a model who knew Chloe, who she automatically lets the way who Chloe is affect how she sees Chloe herself when she's in hero form, when really who's who shouldn't really matter. All she should think about is saving others and who she knows. Not good. Not everybody's like Chloe. And it makes it even worse, as Adrian's nothing like Chloe. But because Adrian knows Chloe and is popular, rich, and a model, she automatically thinks that he's like Chloe. Whatever. And when she's Ladybug, she doesn't really care for Chloe. She just pushes her off, shoves her aside, doesn't really think about her, and when she does have to, she doesn't really protect her. At least not at first. She often threw her to the side and tried to put her somewhere quote-unquote safe. Same thing can be said for Kagami. She was jealous, so she abused her power to keep them from, well, being together. She got so jealous at some point that I'm pretty sure that she did. She made Kagami the dragon holder simply because she was with Adrian. Irresponsible, especially since Hawkmoth can know who she is. Not good. And then there's Lila. She gets so irresponsible when it comes to Lyra. Yes, she lies all the time, but who cares? If anybody else is going to find out, and if anybody's supposed to find out, they will. She gets so mad over the littlest things. Who cares if she lies? What if she's in a situation where she's craving for attention because her home life's not so good, because her mom's so rude all the time and is after leaving her alone? She doesn't know this information, and we don't even know this information until later. And, well, her disdain for Lyra almost caused her to lose her friends. But really, she kind of deserved it. And the fact she let Lyra get her so mad in the first place is extremely dangerous. Because if she gets akumatized, she's akumatized with a miraculous. This is awful. If she's akumatized, several things can go wrong. For one, she's extremely powerful, and the only one who's able to capture an Akuma, meaning when she even is defeated, the Akuma will fly away, and eventually, the same thing that happened with, what's his name? Hold on. I can't remember his name right now, but you know, the first episode with the rock people? Not the first episode, that's in the, I swallowed my spit. Well, not swallowed, inhaled it. You guys know what episode. But in that episode, the Akuma made a bunch of smaller Akumas. Well, not smaller, but many other Akumas to, well, then make people into Kims? No. Whatever. Turn into his minions. And then when he got akumatized again, it was even harder to fight because all of his minions. The same thing could happen with Ladybug, because nobody will be able to capture her Akuma. And they will have to destroy her miraculous. But they won't be repaired. They can't repair her miraculous afterwards because... she's the only one that can do that, because she has the power of creation. So her miraculous, 1, will stay broken. 2, after that, nobody will be able to capture the Akumas, thus making Hawkmoth overpowered. Everybody all the time will be getting akumatized. The only way to stop him would be finding where he is and facing him head on. Well, head first. Head on? Head on. Face to face. And that would be extremely hard, as nobody even has a hint of who he could be. Not only that, if he wanted to, he could make her go to him, giving him both the Cat Miraculous and the Ladybug Miraculous, which could be extraordinarily dangerous. So, her feelings, she really, really needs to get under control. because that could be so dangerous. I saw a video saying that she can't be akumatized, but yes, she very well can. If she gets so angry at school to the point where an akuma could go to her and akumatize her, and Kiki's not with her, she is screwed. There will be nobody to help her calm herself down, and she'll be so stuck in her venting that she won't even notice the akuma coming to her. The only reason she even avoided that akuma in the first place was because Tiki was there, being able to help her. So if you put her in a situation where she's extraordinarily angry at something, Tiki's not with her, and she's stuck in, like, let's say a bathroom stall by herself venting, she's going to get akumatized. No doubt about it. That was a lot about Marinette. And everybody just really makes her out to be this amazing person, but if you really stop to think about her, she's really not. She's not a great friend. She's a creepy stalker who's toxic. Adrian's going through his own stuff, but he's a good person, so he would definitely put his all into a relationship. The whole reason it would be, toxic is because Marinette is toxic. Manipulative. Well, just everything I've already stated. Yes, she can be kind, but she can be overbearing and rude as well. In fact, Chloe isn't as bad as she's made out to be. She has just been improperly raised. That's the only reason she acts the way she does. If she was given a chance, I'm pretty sure she'd be able to be a perfect and even better of a human being than Marinette. So really, Marinette's the bad one here. She's put out to be the hero, the amazing person who could do no wrong, but yet if you really stop to think about her, she's really not all that. She's in fact the opposite. She's actually the villain. If Hawkmoth and Chloe weren't there, nobody would like her. Everybody's just ignoring the negative. Well, not everyone. And please, the creator had the guts to block people because he has such amazing writers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out Ginger Ninja OWO and see her video about this. She talks about her experience with him and how it doesn't go so good. I'm not going to be leaving any links as I can't do so. I can't leave links using a phone or tablet, and I do not have any access to a computer at the moment. Nor will I ever to be able to make any videos. Not for a while. Anyways, how would Marinette and Adrian's relationship realistically go? Well, knowing how Marinette is, I feel like she would also be overprotective and very jealous. I feel like she would be one of those crushes or girlfriends who very quickly would want to know what he's doing all the time, when and where. Simply because she doesn't want him to stab her in the back. He's scared. She would probably be scared of losing him right after getting him, after having such a huge crush on him for so long. How I could imagine this happening is she would have just straight out tell him, and at first he wouldn't like her. But after much more time of Ladybug pushing him away, he would finally give in. Stop liking Ladybug and start liking Marinette and develop a crush on her. After he does so, he would confess to Marinette and they would start dating. It would go good for a while until he would start talking to Lila again. Lila, Chloe, and eventually even Alia would be on her radar. She would often bribe him with presents and stuff whenever she does something he doesn't like steal his phone or obsess over him creepily, or even show that she even has a chart of what he does. Once he would begin to, be the way he is, she would bribe him, get him presents so he wouldn't be as upset. And with his lack of, any sort of love in his life, he doesn't know what love is, so he'd probably assume this is what love is. And he would just roll with it. And when he does stop liking Marinette, he would be too kind and caring to have even the guts or heart to break up with her, especially after she's had such a huge crush on him for so long. But, like I said, very quickly, she would get toxic. What were you doing talking to Lila? You know how she is. She's going to take you from me. Do you want that? Do you want to break my heart? What? No, of course I don't. I was just talking to her. What are you even talking about? You don't love me anymore, do you, Adrian? I knew it. She would then run off crying. What have I done? I imagine that would end up being something they would go through. Marinette would then be, she's not pictured as so great now, is she? No. Then, her being like this, she would probably cry and get akumatized. Thus, letting him alone, she was also the person pushing him away for so long. Thus, teaching him that his cat persona, or who he really or possibly who he really is not what she likes. She likes the image of him, much like everybody else. She likes what he puts out there for people to see. Probably leading him to break up with her. Going to this scene. Adrian, hi. I haven't seen you or heard from you. I was wondering if something happened. Are you okay? No. I just needed time to think. I knew it. What? You don't like me anymore. I was preparing for this. I should have known the one good thing to happen to me wasn't gonna last. What? No. You're right. I stopped liking you for a while now, but I promise you I wasn't trying to cheat. You know I would never do that. Liar! I know you're a liar. How could you do this to me? After all I've done for you. Those presents, the love, the affection I've given you. How could this all lead up to now? I've done nothing wrong, and yet you go behind my back. All I ever wanted was for you to like me, and now... And she would run off again to Alia. And then, giving him the death glare, he would look at her like, what did I do? Telling Nino, and Nino would talk about it. Nino would cheer him up and tell him that he did nothing wrong and that it was all Marinette. Alia would say the exact same thing to Marinette, but vice versa. Probably then dividing the group. That's how I imagine that going anyways. That's how I think their relationship realistically would go. Yes, it might seem kind of stretched and far-fetched, but if you really think about her qualities that we've heard about, it wouldn't take much for her to turn into that kind of person, would it? It really would just take a relationship that she is not ready for. Anyways, that's it for this video. Have fun, good day, good night, and only drink bleach if it's necessary. Bye!